once your team has collected all of their information and has edited and organized it, as well as collected all your images, you're going to put it all together. There are many different ways you can do that, but what we're going to do, we're going to use another tool in Google to put it all together. So you're going to choose to create a new Google presentation. And since I'm in the image folder, it's asking me if I want to also share that with my group, and of course I do. If it doesn't share it with the group, then you can also share it the same way you would share any other document in Google. The person who creates it wants to start by choosing a theme, and the theme doesn't matter that much because you're going to hopefully be covering up most of the slide with images. Okay, so now I have three windows open. I have my information, I have my new presentation, and I have my images. Now I can't see the images, all I can see is the name of the images. So in order to see the images though, I can click, instead of list view, I can click the grid view, and then I can actually see the images that are in the folder. Okay. On your text, you can divide up who's going to do which slides however you want. Let me show you where you're going to find what goes on each slide. You need to go ahead and open up another window or another tab. I'm going to choose New Tab, and I'm going to go down to this project, and you're going to go to Part 5, Create a Presentation, and click here to view the Keynote Guidelines. Okay, so this shows you that you're dividing it into 6 different parts. That doesn't mean 6 slides. It means that there's 6 different parts to this presentation. Some parts will have more than one slide. Your title slide, and it tells you what should be on the title slide. Your part about growing up, 1 or 2 slides about this information. The third part, motivation and accomplishments, 3 to 4 slides about this information. Your latest news, 1 to 2 slides there. 1 slide with a summary that includes your sources, or your sources could be an additional slide, and then here are other expectations for this. It should have 15 to 20 of the most important facts about that person's life. You should include 10 to 15 large clear images related to that person. You must use complete sentences and punctuation. Your text and photos should be large and easy to see, which means you should not have 5 facts on one slide. You're going to divide your information up onto lots of different slides. 1 or 2 or 3 facts on each slide is plenty, so that each one is big and easy to read. Okay, so I can keep this up in the background. And now you can also divide up who's going to do what information if you want. You can divide that up on your notes. So let's say I wanted to put someone's name in my group. That means that that person's going to do that information. I can copy them, and let's say they're going to do all of this, and they're also going to do the part with the latest news, or maybe all the latest news. Okay, and then another person in the group, let's say, is going to do this part, and she's also going to do the websites used. Okay, it's up to you guys how you divide it up, but you have to discuss it. Okay, and then maybe the biggest part, the biggest accomplishments, is divided up maybe into 2 different people are going to do that stuff. So let's start with the title slide. Albert Einstein. Okay, now notice on the title slide you're going to have an image of that person and the name of that person and an appropriate title that describes that person, as well as your names. There are 4 items you need on that slide. So here's how you put that stuff together. Now I opened up this presentation in Safari, and I'm going to tell you that not all the features work well in Safari, and actually some people find that it works better than other people. If you want to really make sure that it works well, try it in a different browser like Firefox. You're going to want to name your presentation, so I'm going to click once on Untitled Presentation, and I'm going to name that so that the rest of my team knows what they're looking for. And then the best way to insert images is to go to Insert, choose Image. I'm going to go to Google Drive. Okay, and then you're going to have to find the folder of images. You can type in what you're searching for, or you can see everything in your drive if you click My Drive. And then, once you choose an image, hit Select. Okay, and that will appear on the slide. Okay, you can resize, and your images can even hang off of the edge of the slide, and that's probably better than changing the size, changing the shape of it so that it's stretched. You don't want to stretch the images. You want to keep them the same shape, but you can increase the size. Okay, I can arrange it. I can send that to the back so I can see the text on the top. And then you want to put, you want to type a title as well as the name of that person. Okay, I can move these objects around. I can change the text under right here. I can change the color. If I don't have the window open big enough to see all of the tools, I can click on More. Here's the text color. Probably want something even brighter. And then you want to add a text box. This is T for text right here. And you want to put your names. See, I still can't see it. So, in order to make your text stand out more, you can use not just a line color, but a fill color. You can resize your text boxes so that they're easier to move around. And then when you're ready to add another slide, you hit plus. And then you can go back to your notes and copy by using Command C, Command V to paste. I want to add an image. And I chose Ulm, Germany. That's an image of Ulm. There it is. So again, I'm going to grab the corner and drag it. So it covers most of the slide. If it is not big enough to cover the whole slide, that's fine. You can adjust your text. You can center your text. You can align it to the top of the text box or center it in the text box like that. Probably want to make it a little bigger or bold. You can overlap it. I'm going to bring that to the front by going to Order, Bring to Front, and then maybe I want to fill that in to make that look a little more interesting. And maybe a color similar to the background sky. Maybe scoot that over a little bit. So it looks like that. Next slide. Oh, I have Munich. I don't want to insert a photo of Munich. Let's see, and I believe it is this one. And we'll put that in the back. Notice I'm filling the slide with the picture as much as I can, because I don't need to see the background. I want to delete this text box that I'm not putting anything in, and I want to move this one so it's on the blue sky and it doesn't have any graphics behind it. There we go. When you're ready to view your slideshow to make sure you can see everything clearly, you're going to go to View and Present, and there's also just the play button right here. So there's that slide. I can use the arrow keys to go back and forth between slides. Oh, and I can see something's cut off at the bottom there. And then Escape to get out of that presentation mode. Okay, now I'm going to back up to the directions, and you want to make sure you watch this video about 6 design rules that'll help your slides look better. Rewatch it if you need to. There's some other tools to make things look more interesting. Let's say I wanted my text box not to just be a rectangle, but I wanted to use an interesting shape. You can do that right here. Let's say I want to use that for text. I can do that. I can take that text, which is under there somewhere. I can Command X to cut it. I can double click in that box and Command V to paste it, and then I'm going to delete the old box. Make sure you have a complete sentence. I'm going to center this. Maybe change the colors a little bit. There we go. You can change the line color, the outline color of this if you want. And adjust this box. Looks like I have an extra line I have to delete there. Now it's centered. Maybe some different text. By the way, you can go to more fonts, and you can load lots of other fonts that are available. There we go. That looks nice. Okay, this does save automatically, so you don't need to save it as you work. There are lots of other tools you can use. So text box, this is an insert image, so you don't need to go up there. These are the different shapes you can use. You can draw lines. That's your line color, line weight, which is how thick the line is. A type of line, dashed lines. You can skip those things. If you wanted to crop the image, cut out the outside of it, you can do that here. More image options. You can adjust the brightness and the contrast of the image. You can recolor the entire image if you want. I don't recommend most of these. I'm going to reset all the adjustments. Okay, and you want to make sure you keep checking back to the Keynote guidelines to make sure that you're accomplishing all the requirements. And please ask if you need help, or ask if you want to make sure that you are meeting all the requirements.